It's Yuntaku time with Akko and Tamo.
What does Yuntaku mean? It's an Okinawan word from the islands of Okinawa, which means chit-chat. We want to invite you to our kitchen table and include you in our chit-chat to explore new ways of thinking, to welcome different perspectives,
And we want to share ideas on how to love yourself, love your partner, and shower your children with love.
This is episode 31.
And the topic of the day is Want happier children? Create daily routines. And before we get started, please take a quick moment to subscribe to our show.
So let's go into our recent happenings. So recently, we've been working to improve our diet.
Yes, and sorry, before we even start, just letting you guys know that you might hear all these like cooing and grunting, and it's because our son is with us, and this is really the only time that we could record right now because we've been running into some issues with recording because our kids don't want us to record apparently. So
our daughter's napping, so now is the chance.
Exactly. So we're just on it. So I apologize in advance if you hear any grunting, cooing. It's not us, it's our son.
Oh, hi. Say hi.
Say hi. Hi.
So, for our recent happenings, we've been working to improve our diet. So, it's been a little while, we've gone through the holiday season of last year.
Exactly.
And, our diet started to kind of
it took a big turn. And because we're tired, we're kind of going to more of the sugar processed foods, and we're kind of breaking into those junk food and
foods that are easy to prepare.
Exactly.
Maybe it was too easy.
Exactly. And so, we kind of buckled down and we were like, this is not okay.
Right, before it gets any worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so, we started doing these, I wouldn't call it meal preps, but we decided every Saturday for us that we both try to find recipes that we can make during the week.
Yeah.
And, we both agree on, so then maybe the next day on Sunday, we buy the ingredients and we're ready for the week.
Right. And the past week we did it. Akko did a fantastic job and it's been really good.
Yeah.
And pretty much right now, we're not going like extreme, like, it has to be completely like a strict diet per se, but more going towards, of course, we want to introduce more greens, color into our food groups. And then also one thing we've been doing is having green smoothies every day.
Yeah. We were very good about it before. Mm-hmm. And then it just kind of, I don't know. It was just, we weren't consistent about it.
Right.
And so now we are.
Yeah. And in the backyard, we have a garden with kale and chard. So we get to cut that. And, our daughter helps us.
Exactly.
With the smoothie. And so she actually drinks it too. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Exactly. So that's what we've been doing. So let's get back to our topic of the day.
Yeah. The topic of the day is Want happier children? Creating daily routines really make a huge difference.
Absolutely.
So Akko's been doing a fantastic job of creating these routines and following through every single day. And so take it away.
Yeah. So before I even get to our routine, I just want to mention that kids work better being on a schedule. Kids love schedules and routines. So routines help kids, and also routines help kids feel safe and parents feel organized.
Mm-hmm. And when they're on a schedule routine, it's easier for parents to get things done too. So it's really a win-win, right?
Exactly.
So, if it's nap time, the children are always going to bed at very similar time.
Exactly.
And then the parents can go about working on things that they need to do outside.
Yeah, exactly. And then also if someone's taking care of them, it's not, we can let them know like, it's probably this or that because we have a schedule. Yeah. So, the two big things of why we should have routines for kids. And our routine is very simple. What we do is, we wake up and our son sleeps a little longer.
Our son is 2 months old.
Yeah, 2 months old. So he sleeps a little longer just because our daughter just wakes up a little earlier. And so I take our daughter and we eat breakfast. So while Dada and our son are together, I take our daughter to eat breakfast and just kind of hang out with her for a little bit.
And then for me, I get to hang out with our son for a little bit. And then once our son is a little bit more awake, what I do is bring him out and then I make coffee.
Exactly.
With my daughter. She loves helping me make coffee. We make it from scratch, grinding the beans. Mm-hmm. We have a hand grinder, grind that. And then I love coffee, so it's a pour over method. So if you like coffee, I am a pour over person. And every single day, bust out the dripper and then make coffee. In my previous business life, I actually used to sell Hario products. So I am a coffee aficionado, and if you're ever interested, let's talk coffee.
Yeah. So it's great. Like, so our daughter gets daddy time, and then I take our son and feed him and play with him for a little bit. So we kind of switch. And then daddy goes to work.
Yes.
And I take them to the park. Or I take them on a walk, or, whichever our daughter decides, because I usually just have her decide. And so we just have her go outside because kids need to let their energy out.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be cooped up. Well, I can only speak for our daughter, but she cannot be cooped up inside our house.
Yeah. You do that for a day and you're going to pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, the parents kind of go crazy over that. Yeah. And so, we made sure that we take her out. And life is good. So we come back from the park, we eat lunch, and our daughter takes a nap. And our son, they kind of overlap, but he wakes up in the middle of her nap. So I take him and I play with him a little bit more until our daughter wakes up. And then when our daughter wakes up, I give her some snacks. And then we're off to the park or a walk again.
Yeah. And this is where, for me, my work schedule is kind of, I don't want to say it's erratic, but it changes quite often. So day to day, it's a little different. Days that I have a lot more free time, I'll go out and go to the park with them, go on a walk with them. And then days that I'm quite busy, either I go into the office or I'm working from home. Recently, I've been working from home a lot more, but do go into the office and things like that. So
yeah. And, for those fathers that work at home, I mean, you can talk to them about how tough it is, because when the kids are screaming and it's just, it's tough to work, and so props to Dada here.
Yeah, no, not at all. And right now, Akko, she's taking some time off, so that's why she's home. And then I try to help when I can here and there.
Oh yeah. And it's so helpful. It's so helpful.
And then of course, if you decide to go back to work, that's when we have to adjust a few things, but I don't think that's a big issue.
Yeah, not a big issue. But yeah, so that's what we do. And then so when we come back from the park or the walk from a second time, we eat dinner and then we take a shower.
Yep.
After the shower, we put our PJs on, brush our teeth, and then we read a bedtime story, and then we go to sleep.
Yeah, and we do clean up.
Clean
right
up.
Before the shower.
Yes, right before.
Either that or
after.
Yeah. Depends on the day.
Exactly. It depends on her mood too. I mean, when she's not feeling up to it and we can't really force her to do it,
right,
we say, okay, let's do it after.
Yeah.
And then it usually works. It's just a different environment, different change in scenery for a little bit, and then you come back to it, and then she's ready to do it.
Right. And just to give you guys perspective, our daughter is 2 years old.
Yes.
So she's in that development stage right now. So we don't really force her, but we really encourage her to help us clean. And
exactly.
Even, just a little goes a long way. So.
Exactly. You just kind of have to make it fun and make it like a play.
Yeah.
Like for example, you're going to put toys in a bag. Like you're just like, hey, let's make a basket. And then, and we all kind of pitch in, and then she's like, oh, this is kind of cool. Yeah. And then she does the same thing.
Exactly.
So that in a nutshell is our routine of the day.
Right. And wouldn't it be a dream if the routine is the same every single day? But of course, things move around, shift around, and some days are easy, some days are much more difficult. But overall, that is the routine, and it really does help.
It does. And yeah, it really helps. She knows the drill. She knows that, once bedtime story comes, she's sleep time.
Yeah.
And our son is really good about, when he's being put in a sleep sack, he's like, all right, this is sleep time. All right, I'm going to sleep now.
Right.
So this is the only time we get him in our sleep sack, because this is the longer sleep that he's going to do. And it's kind of been working. So crossing my fingers that Mama and Dad will have better sleep in the near future.
Definitely. Cool. So, for the question of the day, what's your morning routine with your child?
We'd love to hear from you. Please come say hi on our new website by going to akkoandtamo.com. That's AKKOANDTAMO.com, and subscribe to our email newsletter to keep up to date with each new podcast. All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.